Hi, Sean Fisk here with 911 Restoration of Albuquerque. I'm going to show you a video of a very small water damage that we did just recently, in fact, over the past couple of days. What you're going to see is that this house was vacant when the pipe burst because of, I'm assuming, cold temperatures. And the water actually sat on the carpet and on the walls and such like that for about 5 days. And so when we were called in to take a look at it, there were a lot of things we would normally not do, we were forced to do. We subscribe to the IICRC's suggestion to use in-place drying rather than doing a lot of demolition and doing a lot of evasive tactics for drying flooring, for instance. In some cases, people will take out padding, they'll put air movers underneath of carpet, and a lot of these things are just very damaging to the building materials that are salvageable. But in this case, since the carpet had sat in the water for 5 days, the carpet backings, there's two of them, had separated, referred to as delamination, and the walls remained wet for those 5 days. So even the interior walls we cut open to avoid any mold growth or secondary damage like that. So you're going to see some things that are generally avoidable and some more evasive techniques than we would normally use, and it's just because the situation dictated it. So I'm going to let you watch the video, and in a moment here I'll have a few more comments at the end just to tie it up for you. Thanks for taking the time. So here we are at a house that had a water damage. You can see the equipment's been staged. This particular home was vacant. It's in the process of being sold, and so there's some furniture staged in here. We're just getting into it today. The water damage occurred several days ago. In this case, the furniture wasn't protected because of the amount of time that elapsed. It's 3 or 4 days since the water damage occurred. You can still see the water needs to be extracted out of the carpet in the master bedroom here. We're going to have to remove some of the drywall here that's been saturated for a while to keep mold from starting to grow. It's also in the master closet. You can see the footprints. So what's going to happen today is the drywall is going to be opened up so we can start expedite drying with the equipment, keep the mold from growing. We'll come back and take a look as the equipment's set up. So the carpet's been removed. It was in water for many days. The backings began to separate, what we refer to as delamination. So it's been removed, and you can see the amount of water that was still trapped up underneath. In the meantime, we're continuing to do demo. Take out the walls, the exterior walls especially, which won't dry unless they're removed in here in the master closet. Getting ready to do some demolition in here with the exterior walls. Have to evaluate some other areas as we go through. Try to keep it nice and clean, get some equipment set up in here so we can make sure we get the seal plates and the other framing dry before we have any secondary issues. Okay, so here we are, all the equipment's set up. The drying is coming along nicely. We're just about done. By tomorrow we should be able to pull all of the equipment. You can see that we made some cuts where the walls were wet, especially here where the exterior walls were. And part of the reason why we made the cuts is because of the amount of time that the water was allowed to sit here in the home and on the materials. In general, we would do in-place drying, and we wouldn't make all of these cuts except for the exterior walls if they were wet, because the insulation won't dry out very well. So this particular dehumidifier right here is a very powerful one. It'll take out 149 pints per day. That's its AHAM rating. It takes that air or that water right out of the air. What we've done is we've created a balanced drying setup, and that's where the air is moved by the air movers, and then the dehumidifier collects the moisture and there's a tube that comes off of it that goes into, in this case, the tub, and it will quite often be pumping water right down the drain. So this is a small water damage. We took much more demo on this than we normally would because the water had sat for about 5 days. This is the end of this video, and I'll have a couple of comments here in a moment. Thank you. Alright, so you've seen the process that we used in this particular water damage. All of them are different. We use the science of psychrometry, which is the IICRC Professional Water Damage S500, helps us to understand the steps to take. Because every time it's different. Water is destructive. We need to make sure we use the right precautions, but don't use additional precautions that aren't necessary. So each situation is different. Just want to let you know that our guys are certified and they're trained, they're well experienced, and we have seen a lot of different water damage and mold damage for that matter. So if you run into a situation where you need an expert, give us a call. Our thing is we want to give you a fresh start. And you can find out more information about water damage on our website, which is www.allmightyclean.com. That's ALLMIGHTYCLEAN.com. Or you can give us a call locally here in New Mexico at 505-890-0022. We offer 24/7, 365 service. If you call after hours, you'll be routed to our on-call tech who will respond within 45 minutes. We can direct bill your insurance company if you have homeowners and it's a covered claim. We will work directly with them, keeping you informed as well about everything we do. So give us a call if you have any questions. Otherwise, hopefully we won't see you under bad circumstances, but hope that this is helpful. Thanks for your time.